Good morning. I thought I would do a pretty detailed tutorial of what to do when you get your makeup. And if I color match you, you will probably get, if you get the basic 4, you'll get a main shade, a brightening shade, contour, and lip and cheek color. If you go with the full match that I give you, you'll also get a bronzer, another lip and cheek, and an illuminator. So this is like my normal, like full match that I have here. First you want to prep your skin. You want to moisturize probably like 30 minutes before you apply your makeup. So this makeup is meant to melt into your skin, right? Well, if your skin is dirty, you're not going to get a seamless application, first of all. And if it's not hydrated, because it melts into your skin, instead of melting, it's probably going to disappear. So you definitely want to be hydrated. I highly recommend this Plush Prep Mist. This has caffeine in it. It has hyaluronic acid, I think. And it's also plumping. So I'm going to start with this and let that seep in for a minute. And then also I'm gonna put this BB cream on as like a primer. You can use any kind of SPF, but I would not recommend any kind of primer or SPF with silicone in it, because that can create a barrier and then the makeup won't melt into your skin like it's designed to do. For the love of baby Jesus, please put SPF on your face. Your makeup is never going to look good if you don't take care of your skin. So that's my sermon for the day. So this is going to be part of my SPF. You can also use, they make setting sprays. You can use a setting spray at the end that has SPF in it. I'm just gonna blend this in all over. And as you can see, my face is lighter than my neck. And that is because I do self-tanning at home, and I don't self-tan my face. So when I'm matching you or matching myself, I'm gonna try to match your neck. So there's like you can't really see a difference between your neck and your face. So darn it, I always get that BB cream on my top. Hold on. Okay. So this makeup is supposed to be applied in one layer. That's why it's called 3D makeup, because all the colors work together to make a 3D foundation look. But when you're just starting out, it can be challenging and feel complicated to do the one layer method, which I would take something like, I think this is the smudge brush, and I would tap into this and make the little dots and then blend it all together at the end. But today we're gonna do the easiest method, which I would recommend either the 3D brush, or if you have a petite face, I would recommend the detail brush. They're dual ended, so you can use them to really like get in the corners, but then also you can stipple it into your skin. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tap, we're not going to swipe. Okay, so you're gonna start with your main shade. That's what I would have called it in your color match. This is the color that closely matches your skin tone and your neck. And that's what you're gonna press into your skin. And again, this is going to melt into your skin. So you don't wanna be swiping, swirling, and you don't wanna use a lot, especially because you're gonna apply the other colors on top. Less is more. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this up. Now we're gonna go into our contour. Contour is going to be a cool toned shade, and it's gonna look dark in the tin. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid by how dark it looks. Once we blend it in, it's gonna create shadows. That's why we recommend for contour to be cool. Most of the time, if I also give you a bronzer, which we'll talk about later, it's gonna be warm, and it's going to give you this sun-kissed effect. The contour is going to create shadows. So anywhere that you want to take backwards is where you're going to put this contour. Again, we are tapping into the product and tapping it into our skin. So you're going to start with the hairline and just tap that into your hairline. Now, I like a lot of contour. I am a full glam girl and really like the contour. And I like to create a lot of dimension. If that is not you, you can go lighter. It's buildable. You can go as light or as dark as you want. Okay, so we've got it on our hairline. We're going to put it on our jawline underneath our chin. And this will also, now this is where you can do a little swipe. You're going to also blend this seamlessly into your neck and create this more like snatched effect with the shadow underneath. And then we're gonna put it, okay, so this is kind of the most challenging part, is figuring out where on your cheek does your contour go. So it's usually like if you were to draw a straight line from your ear to your nose, that's where your contour would go. So you don't want to go too far below your actual cheekbone, because that's going to draw your face down. We want to create the shadow up here so our cheekbones look lifted. And you're just tapping that in a straight line up the top of your cheekbone. And then we're gonna take the rest that's on the brush and do a little nose contour. You don't wanna go back here. You wanna go like towards the center of your nose, but on each side. And then you can also do underneath your lip, make your lip look bigger, because you're creating a shadow underneath there, like that. And that's your contour. So now we're gonna go into our brightening shade. The brightening shade goes everywhere that you want to brighten up. So I like to put this in the center of my face. So you want to draw light down the center of your face. And we're just tapping and tapping. And then, so center, don't go too far up into your contour, just like right here in the middle of your forehead, down the center of your nose, center of above your lip, and then your chin. Okay, and then we're gonna do inner and outer corner of your eye. Please do not put this underneath your eye, because a lot of us aging ladies have texture, including myself, and we have these dark circles. If you put this bright color like concealer underneath your eye, it's just going to accentuate all the texture. It's going to bring that texture and those circles to the forefront, and we don't want to do that. We want the texture to go back, not forward. And then you can also do, I have to be careful because I'm trying not to get makeup on my eyebrows, but you can also do like right here underneath the brow, and that will also lift. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tap that in. And you can bring the inner corner down instead of over. Now look how much dimension that added to my face. I've got the cheekbones going on, I've got the brightness in the middle, and that is called highlighting and contouring. It brings life back to your face. Okay, then the last one of the main 4 is going to be your lip and cheek, and I'm just going to go into this with my brush gently. This one is Madrid, and I'm just going to tap that into on the top of my contour. And you want to go up. Well, if you wanted a fuller cheek, you could go right here underneath the corner of your eye. I would not go in the middle. I would just go like right there underneath your eye if you're looking for a fuller cheek look. If you're looking for lifted, I would go up. Okay, and that's the main 4. That's it. And then if you just want the main 4, you could put a powder on your T-zone and anywhere that you normally have issues with oil, and you could use a setting spray, and that would be it for your 4. If you want to apply bronzer, go into this the same way, and you're going to hit the high points of your face. So anywhere that you would get sun is where your bronzer goes. So not all the way on your hairline, but kind of like in the middle here. And we're still just tapping. Then it's gonna go in between the contour and your lip and cheek color on your cheekbone. And you can use as little or as much as you want. I use a lot, and if you don't want to use a lot, that's okay too. Just use as much as you want. You're just giving that sun-kissed glow, which I personally like. And it helps to balance out the difference between my face and my neck, since I tan down here and not up here. Some people put it on their nose. If you do, I would do like the middle of your nose. And that's where the bronzer goes. Now the only thing that's left is I have another lip and cheek and an illuminator. Now if you have 2 lip and cheeks, you can create what I like to call an ombre blush situation. So you can put the darker color on the top of your cheek, and then you can put the lighter color down here and just blend that together. Now let me do it on the other side. Oh, and this is Madrid on the top, and this is Tropicana on the bottom. All right, and then we just have illuminator. So this is gonna go on the high points of your cheek. See how much glow that just added to my cheeks. And I just use my fingers for this. If you accidentally get it too high, you can always take your brush and smooth it out. And then it can go on the top of your nose and your Cupid's bow. You could also put it up here underneath your eyebrow. Now I'm gonna take some powder. I would recommend a loose setting powder that is finely milled. If you put any kind of heavy powder, this is going to create a cakey situation and it's gonna enhance texture, and that's not what we want. So this, if you are interested in this, I can give you a link. It's from Golden Rose. I'm just gonna tap into this And then I'm just gonna put that in all the places that I normally have issues with oil sweat. And you can go under your eyes, but I would recommend doing that after you've done somewhere else, because again, we don't want to enhance any texture. Also, you put the lip and cheek on your lips. So I recommend the satin, any kind of satin lip and cheek for your cheeks, and any kind of gloss or semi-gloss for your lips. So that's also why I like to give two, because a lot of times I'll do a satin and a semi-gloss. So the Madrid is a satin. I would recommend keeping that on your cheeks. And then Tropicana is a semi-gloss. So I'm going to put that on my lips. Okay, now the best setting spray that I have found that will make your makeup last, it will not go anywhere, is this L'Oreal Infallible. It's Defy Transfer. Like I said, a lot of times this makeup, instead of transferring, if you don't hydrate your skin before application, it can actually seep into your skin and disappear. So that's key, is the hydration. But then after that, and keep your eyes closed with this. It's really strong. Hopefully if you try it, you don't have any allergies. But yeah, I have to keep my eyes closed, or that can really irritate my eyes. But this will stay all day, and if I happen to take a nap or something like that, I'm a side sleeper, most of my makeup will still be there when I wake up, because it just is that good. And that's it. Let me know if y'all have any questions or troubleshooting. I will be glad to help, and I hope you have a great day.